Welcome back, guys. Today we'll be going from 0 to 1,000,000 coins. So if you're new around here and you need a team like mine, you are in the right place. Of course, if you do want to be in for the chance of winning one of 9 copies of EAFC or sets of FIFA points, all you've got to do is subscribe, send me proof over on Instagram, and you'll be entered into the giveaway. And of course, guys, if you do need some coins in a bit of a quicker way, well, so if you guys are sick of losing at FIFA because your team isn't good enough or you're not good enough at the game, then right now you need to head over to skycoach.gg. Not only can they coach you in your weekend league or play your games for you, you can buy any amount of coins you want, and all of the services get 10% off right now with the code PRORECALL. Go check them out below. Make sure to click the link in the description and let's get into it. So first of all, we're going to look at heroes and we're going to go to the MLS. Now for the first one, you've got Dempsey and you've got the likes of Campos. So you can get both of those. Obviously Campos is a little bit more expensive, but you can get both of those on this filter. And then of course afterwards, you'll be looking at Beasley and Donovan. So first of all, at the 30k mark, we have Dempsey. So realistically, for the snipe, let's actually check how much he's really going for. Looks like maybe a little bit more than this. 34, so maybe that 31 was potentially a snipe, so we could have got a little bit there. Having a look, and the game has frozen again because the menus are crap. So we'll go back in. So we're back in. It's looking like he's 35k, which means EA tax is 3.5 and then half, so it's 1,750. So at this point here, we're breaking even. That's 250 profit. That's 500 profit, and we probably want to go to about here just to make a minimum of a K. Now we've already seen one at 31k, so we know they're going up for that price. We've just got to pray that we get lucky, someone lists it up, and we can absolutely snag it. Because I feel like that 31 that we got before didn't really go that fast, so I do feel like we got the opportunity to potentially get a pretty good snipe here. So we've managed to get one at 33,500. It's not quite what we need, but we can use it for a little bit of compare price. That's always a good way to do sniping. Sometimes you get the cards a little bit quicker. It can be a faster snipe when you do it that way. You've just got to come off and check that the card's still on the market every so often, so just redo the filter. It doesn't seem like he's going, so we should have a little compare price for a bit. Now, if you miss the only snipe that you see, like we did there with the 31k, you can go and do the kind of higher budget one. You want to set the minimum to 100k, kind of filters out some of the Dempseys there, which is obviously what you want. Then you want to have the chemistry style as regular basic, because then you're not going to get Campos in there as well. And then you can search, find the price for Beasley. So he's going for about 125k right now. So realistically, if we were going to do a snipe on him, we'd really want to get that at probably about 110. EA tax on 110 is about 5.5k, so selling him on at 120, making about 5k back. So 110 would be pretty good. If we can get that, that'd be great. Now bear in mind, Dempsey can come up on this. This doesn't take out his max because his max is about 400k. You won't find many Dempseys on this. It can happen, so just be careful. Make sure, you know, take that 1 second of hesitation with your snipe, because unfortunately Dempsey is definitely not the one to be picking up on this one. But you can definitely make a ton as long as you avoid Dempsey. So you just got to stick to that, get Dempsey out of the mix. Do not snipe him if he comes up, and you should be okay. And if you guys like this shirt or any of the other football shirts I've been wearing in the videos, check out Best Football Kids down in the description and get 12% off with my code. Now, unfortunately, with the UCL Live cards, they didn't really give us many options in terms of filters. The only two that you've really got right now is we do have the opportunity to get on the Syriat filter. You can get Kalulu and Osimhen. Now, it does mean that someone would have to put an incredibly bad listing of Osimhen, about 400k under what he's worth. However, it is possible, so it is a filter that in theory you can get them both on. You're obviously going to be looking at a lot of Kalulus, but there's that potential there. So he's going for about 205k. EA tax on that is going to be about 10k. So if you go down to 185, you'll be looking at around the 10k profit, slightly under, maybe 8 or 9. You can take it to 180 and you'll be looking at more the kind of 13, 14 mark for profit. It is something that I would suggest trying to do in a lightning round, because that's where people are really going to mess up the listings for both Osimhen and this card. You might have someone go for the 1 mil max with Osimhen and actually put it up for 100k. That's kind of where you're going to be finding the Osimhen mistakes. With Kalulu, it's just going to be people trying to get rid of him quickly. So although it's a more likely Kalulu, there's definitely going to be someone or a few people who make the Osimhen mistake, so it's good to have him in there. It's still an opportunity. Obviously, you've got to spend a little bit of time and be lucky with those kind of ones, but we do have a good chance of getting a Kalulu snipe, so there's that as well. You've got the multi opportunity there. One of them would be a 400-500k profit. One of them is going to be, you know, a 10-20k profit. Not quite the same, but potential. Now, of course, if you head over to the Premier League, it's a little bit of a different sort of budget. You're looking at kind of the 500 and I think 50 or 65 mark. On this one, you would get Bruno, and of course you can get Saka. Now, Saka is currently in at 900k. Bruno is in at 545. So you can get both of them. it may be slightly unlikely. It's not the most likely thing in the world for those to come up. It's possible. So you've got the chance. The only thing is with Bruno at 565, EA tax on that 56 half. You're looking at about 30k if we're being realistic. So that would be sort of break even. There's 20k profit. That would be 30k profit, which I think would be a reasonable thing to ask for. Now, I will say that these filters are going to be a little bit more time spent. With Bruno, I think you've got a good chance of him coming up similarly to Kalulu. If you get yourself a Saka, you're absolutely laughing. Those ones are just going to be in a scenario where people make a mistake listing. It does happen. We see it all the time. You kind of see clips on Twitter, or you'll see someone's, bought what was it I saw earlier? There's someone where you can at the minute list who's like 82 rated. You can list him for 100k, and he's worth like a few K. And I saw someone buy that for the max price. So it happens. In the same way that people will make the mistake for listing them at the wrong score. So you've just got to pray that you get the chance. Now, luckily, EA decided to be somewhat nice with the UEL road to the knockouts. I think you've got the opportunity to grab 2 players on this one here. So you've got Sedila, and then you've got, I think it's Gonzalez. Is it Gonzalez? Or Goncal? Same thing, really. So we're going to go down to about 25k mark. You can see here, you're looking at realistically 20k. So EA tax on that, 10%. Is 2k, so we half it at 1k. I don't know how the maths was taking a while on that one. So with these ones, should be a lot easier to make profit. You can make 500 coins at 18.5 and a k at 18. So kind of just decide yourself how you're going to do that. Now, I know we've not seen a lot of snipes in this video. I am sniping a little later than usual. That'll be why. Usually I'm kind of going for the 6 or 7 mark, and then I upload at 9. Today we're pretty much sniping at 9. So I know it's not a huge amount of time later, but it does change in the UK kind of how much you're going to be seeing. What we can do is, of course, compare price. It is just going to take a little bit of time. I don't think many cards are going to be coming up because of the timing I'm picking to snipe. You can see people are listing them, but they're listing them pretty bang on because there's not as many people kind of competing on the market. That is one thing that happens because less people are up listed on the market. You've got less people trying to undercut each other, which means, unfortunately, less snipes, which is why you should do it at a better time. Now, if you go over to Liga Santander, we've got German La Liga. If you pop in 10k, you're going to be looking at Cruz and Gundogan. I do believe you can still get to Stegen, but obviously he's miles above. So if we go over to the 8.1 mark, you've got both of them sat there. I know we've kind of done this one in reverse order from highest to lowest, but it still helps. We're looking at about 8k, maybe 7.9, that kind of mark. 7.9 there, maybe 7.7, 7.8. Yeah, so 7.8 is kind of the roundabout point. We're looking at an EA tax of around 400 coins. So bring it to there, bring it to 7.1, 7.2. So you're making 300 coins here, maybe a little bit more because we kind of overed the EA tax a bit. So you'll probably make a little bit more than 400. And of course, if you get a better snipe, it's going to be a better value. For this one, pretty simple, to be honest. It is an easy filter. It should be pretty easy to bang through it and make a decent profit. Once again, not a lot of cards on the market right now, not a lot of people. It is late, so unfortunately I'm not going to see as many snipes. So I can always show you the filters because it helps you. Unfortunately, it's not going to be helping me as much, but we can also go over in La Liga to goalkeepers, I believe, and set a minimum of, I want to say 10k. We'll just see if it does leave Alex Ramiro. So we're going to have to somehow, do we have playstyles on any of these boys? We do not have playstyles. That's a little bit useless. Ramiro, hopefully his price range goes down because that's not helping us for now. We can, however, give it a go with the Barcelona inform filter. So we've got the likes of Lewa and we've also got João Cancelo. Very close in price, so it shouldn't be too ridiculous to potentially get a sniper one of these bad boys. I am going to try and do a bit of a pack and play, and by that I just mean try and pack one of these dirty cards because they look absolutely unbelievable. And then we'll try and give them a go, see how they are in game. So 116, EA tax is 8k, which means we're making a decent bit. You can obviously get Lewa and Cancelo. If we could just get one of them, I'd be buzzing. But once again, don't think many listings are coming up. Don't think many good snipes are coming up. That is purely because the market is mud right now. So although I've been able to show you some good filters, unfortunately hasn't benefited myself. But I hope you guys still enjoyed the content, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.